Robin Chappelle, and welcome back to The Vision. Thank you for tuning back in. Today I was sent a video by my brother that made me think about a lot of stuff, and it was a pretty good video. It's just this homeless man, and he was just talking about how our generation just can't, seem to slow down. And I think that it was a good thing to talk about because what he was saying was that pretty much we want everything just so fast, like whether it's the money, the success, the goal, whatever it is that we have in our head. We think that society meant for us to just hurry up and go after it so that we can prove what we did and just push it automatically, like it took no effort, no time, no plan. And the question I get the most, about as far as being an author, sitting down and writing out my books were, like, when did you get all this time to write a book? Like, when did you actually be able to sit down and write a book? You have a toddler. And my thing is, I don't try to be like a asshole about it, but I really pretty much tell people you just have to do it. And when I say you just have to do it, it has a lot to do with slowing down and with time. And what I mean by that is you have to discipline yourself. There's things that you have to actually let go that are going to make you uncomfortable to let go. And you all know what I'm probably talking about. Social media. When I wrote my book, first and second, I got off of social media for at least a month and a half. And the reason being because if you're going to work on a project such as writing or poetry or anything that does have to do with creativity, you know what social media does. And it's this big distraction. And when I say distraction, I mean like just distraction. Watch this.
They're angry, they're frustrated, they got time, they're on the cell phone, they want to text message you, y'all in the same car, you gonna text message him, he right there.
Sometimes it's really like that, and it's just, I see this for myself. People walking around every day, not hardly even looking up or looking at what they're doing or even observing the world. It's been beautiful, pretty sunny days, it's been great weather, and it's like, I go to the store or I go somewhere and all I see is people just tapping away on their phones, tapping away on their phone. So the thing with that is, it's like everything is through social media. Everything's so easy and so quick to touch and so accessible these days through social media that it's almost like this generation, especially this next one after us, they're going to be lazy as shit. And what I mean by lazy is like not really hardly having to leave the house or anything. We're already almost on the brink of that with Waiter, Uber Eats, all this stuff. Things that you don't really have to even get up out of your chair and do. People just come to you and do these things thanks to apps and thanks to social media. And I love, the influential part of it and the actual cultural part of it and us expanding as a people. But we're not going to have to hardly do anything else for ourselves after the next probably 5 to 10 years. So to use that and compare it when it actually comes to success, I'm just going to put together probably like 5 things that I feel that are important and that actually help somebody who has a goal, whether it is to write a book, whether it is to start a company, or whether to just be successful. I just want to I guess 5 points that I would bring together that I did to actually make sure that I achieve my goals. And I mean, I'm not as successful as I want to be yet. I'm not Stephen King, James Patterson, Oprah Winfrey type of person. But every day I wake up telling myself that I'm going to get there and that it's going to happen. And I'm going to be like one of those people one day, maybe better. So, maybe they'll help you, maybe they won't. But these are the 5 things that I feel were the key points to actually making sure that I got off of my ass and got started. So, here we go.
Game over.
Alright, number 1. If you think it, do it. This means plenty of things. If you're a procrastinator, you know exactly what it means. You'll think about something, you'll sit there and you'll be like, oh, I really have to do this task real quick today. Or it could be something even more important, like a deadline, or something that you know that you have to do by this certain point if you really want to actually make it happen. My thing that I have to actually do is when I think of something, whether it's an idea, whether it's poetry, whether it's a verse, or whether it is something that just came to my heart or my mind, I have to either write it down or go ahead and execute it. That's just me. That's my makeup, and I'm the type of person that does procrastinate. And if I don't do something right away, usually it's not going to get done until maybe some days to a week later. This includes laundry. So everybody has that one thing that they just really keep putting off. that they really just kind of, they can't get into it for some reason because there's always a distraction of something else. So don't let yourself get distracted. Actually carry out that task that you think of at that moment and see just how different that your life becomes when you actually just at that moment you do. I felt exactly the same way. I have a toddler. Like I said, I was working a job plus trying to plan and get together a nonprofit when I wrote my first book. So what I had to do is actually discipline myself and make myself uncomfortable.
Game over.
Point number 2, make yourself uncomfortable, because the more uncomfortable that you probably feel, the better that you're actually probably doing and what you need to do. I don't think that this generation or this society realizes that anything that comes so easy or that had no pain to it, it's not for you. It's not it. It's not success. That's not what success is. Success is not easy. It's not without pain. It's not without being exhausted. It's not without being frustrated. And it's not without juggling things and putting things away for now until later. This is coming from me, who's a very routine, comfortable type of person. Once I get into a routine or a comfort zone, I really hate leaving it. But if you have this passion, or if you have something, this goal that you've been wanting to do, and you say that you've been wanting to do it and that you're going to do it, and for some reason it's not getting done, there's something that has to change or something that needs to go. For me, it was cutting certain things and certain people off and cutting off social media. Statistics show that most people spend more than 10 to 12 hours a day on social media. That's just a soft, accuracy. Because honestly, it's really about 16, and you have 24 hours in a day. Think about just how long during the day that you have your phone in your hand and that you're scrolling on Facebook or that you're texting someone or just looking at Twitter. Think about it.
Game over.
Third key point, clear your space. And what I mean by that is just what I said, clear your space. If your home is cluttered, or if it's dirty, or if there's stuff everywhere that's just distracting you, like stains or spills or things on cabinets that you should have probably wiped off about 2 years or 2 weeks ago, you can't expect your mind to be clear and to have any clear, actual, effective thought if everything around it it's looking at is cluttered, unorganized, looking like it's just not belonging anywhere or to anybody. That's the process that your mind is going to go through. You don't belong anywhere or can't really do anything or belong anywhere or to anybody because you're blocked. And everything that's blocked needs to be released. So you have to clean up your area and keep yourself organized if you're going to actually have a goal that you're going to work towards, or if you're going to write any type of a book. And when you do it, make a space if you need to. If you don't have the benefit of having an office like I have, just have this corner or space in the world, whether it's the park or whether it's even just someone else's crib that you feel more comfortable in. Go there and do it, because if you're in this space that you can't concentrate in, nothing's going to happen and no result is going to come out of that. I definitely realized that once I did get myself organized, cleaned up, and had a space that I knew that I wanted to remain organized and that I made into my actual office and said, this is my workspace, that's when I was able to effectively work and effectively know that this is where I come for my safe haven to write out what I need to write and to finish out my deadline. The hard part about my task and about me is that I made myself a deadline. I'm an independent author. I didn't have a publishing company pushing me saying, when's this book going to be ready? When's it going to be ready? When are you going to get it here? I pushed myself. I was like, this book is going to be ready on this date. You're going to get it published by this date. The release is going to be on this date. And I didn't stray from it. You can't stray from what you already put into work and what you already manifested. You have to go ahead and just do it. Things happen, problems pop up, things happen to delay things. But if it's something that's not dire need and that really just didn't need to be a distraction, don't let it be a distraction.
Game over.
All right, we're running down the road. This brings me to my fourth key point. My fourth key point is that your family and your friends need to be on board with exactly what you're trying to do and the concentration that you actually need to do it. saying that, you know, when you tell someone that you need to do something or that it's something that you really need to get done, but for some reason they just keep pushing something else on you. Oh man, we're having this function over here. Oh man, we're finna go out here right now. Don't you want to go? And everything, you know, don't you want to like come out and this, that? No.
What?
The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. No. Tell them you are not being rude. You're not being antisocial. You're not even booed up. You really have a deadline. This is for you. You have to do this deadline. Ask them to please don't ask you to go anywhere. Please don't call you with these long conversations about their life and about some ex that they had going on. You got to get away from that. You have to do things for yourself. And if somebody cannot respect that, and if they keep putting stuff off on you that's selfish, that has to do with them and nothing to do with the project that you're working on, you need to probably reevaluate your circle, and you probably need to get rid of them. But, I mean, that's what comes with success, and that's when you actually start figuring out who's for you and who really believes in what you're doing. If someone believes in what you're doing, then they have your best interest at heart. They have your respect in mind. They're not about to be like, oh, okay, that's what she said, but I'm still going to ask her, like, to go to this thing real quick. Nobody asked me to go anywhere once I told them that. Once I told them I had a deadline, nobody was like, oh, please, come on, come out. They were like, oh, well, you know, if I saw something and I was like, oh, how'd it go? I didn't know you were having that. They'd be like, well, I know you had a deadline, so I didn't ask, and I feel like you probably wouldn't have came. And I'm like, I probably wouldn't have. So it's an agreement. It's okay to just put away things for just a second. And then once you're finished, go back out and have fun and do your thing. But at least you're done.
Game over.
Fifth point. Number 5. Stop letting people discourage you or tell you that you're not worth what you're about to do, or that they don't feel that you can do what you're about to do, or that they won't support what you're about to do. Do what you want to do and what is your goal and your dream, and do it like a fucking boss. Sorry for my language. That's how you sometimes really have to think around certain people, because there's people who you'll think this in your life and they really uplift you and that's your friend and they really want you to be great, when really at the end of the day they kind of are like not about what you're doing, because it has to do, it doesn't have to do with them. It doesn't have to do with them being comfortable. You're not the turn up person anymore, and you're not the person that they can have fun with anymore. You're actually on some wisdomatic, smart type of people thing. And it just seems to irk people, you know, the wrong way. It just seems to make them feel like they can tell you that what you're doing is not that big of a deal. They call it small. They call it little. Oh, your little business, your little book, little something. That word or a word to its certain, you know, to a certain still definition, it's going to be used eventually, and you're going to see. And don't feel bad when you see it. It's going to rub you the wrong way at first. But sometimes it was a moment, and it was a season that they were there for. And as you move into this next season of trying to be successful and do your thing, there's going to be people that try to throw a monkey wrench up in there somewhere, because they can't take the fact that you decided you wanted to excel your life in some type of way on your own without their consent. People sometimes for some reason feel like you're supposed to bring every idea to them and be like, what do you think about this? And they're just like, nah, I don't like it. I don't think that's a good idea. Your ideas and your work and your dreams are for you. Keep doing them. Keep striving toward them. Don't let people feel like anything, your past, any type of disability, whatever you have going on, will stop you from anything. Because when I tell you anything's possible, possibility, that word itself is just the biggest pusher of a dream. Determination is what actually makes it happen. There's always a possibility of things that you might not be able to do something, that you actually might make something work though. Keep being determined and keep pushing it. Keep seeing where it goes. Like, don't let somebody just put a speed bump in front of you. I promise it won't. It's nothing but a minor insecurity on their part. So that was on my heart and my mind today, and I just wanted to give it to all of those out there who are striving towards their dreams and who do have something that they really want to make work in their life. And especially if you're doing it following pain or trauma or something that you know that you really just needed to do to get this out, that's great. And I really commend you on it. And I really hope that you just don't give up on yourself. You actually still make sure that you go towards that direction and then nobody steers your direction, because at the end of the day, like Drake said, it's God's plan. Thank you once again for tuning into The Vision. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Saturday. It's a wonderful day. I plan on actually getting out later and going to a barbecue/pool party. Super ready, because it's been very hot and I've been wanting to get up in somebody's pool. Today is only June 1st in Alabama, and it's already hitting, like it's about to hit the 100 soon. First day of summer is June 21st. It's summer now. So I also advise you guys to please stay cool. Whatever you gotta do, drink water, go to a pool, stay in the house. Don't overheat yourself. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo yourself. Go after what you want to go for, but please remember, take care of yourself. Stay healthy. I know people say all the time that success is painful, but still take care. Don't push yourself too hard to where you're not getting sleep. You're just starving yourself. It's not that serious. You still have to be successful and to present whatever you did, you have to be alive and healthy. So keep taking care of yourself at the end of the day. Don't push yourself too hard. And what I meant by discomfort is knowing I have a toddler and a job, but I still have to stay up sometimes till 1 and 2 in the morning and be tired the next day because I just had to do it. It was on my head, and I honestly couldn't really go to sleep without actually putting it out there and without actually typing out what I had to type out. Everybody's different. Everybody has their different element and their different way of doing things. But at the end of the day, always, always take care of yourself and always just remain healthy. Mentally and physically. It really works and it really counts, because I do love to work out. I love fitness. I love health. And I feel like it helps keep down my stress level, and it pushes me to do more with myself and to see exactly what potential my body can reach. So to each his own, but just remember, don't make yourself sick over success. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be there too, as long as you keep striving for it. So y'all, please remember to subscribe, spread the word. I'm so glad for everybody who's tuned into the part on my IGTV on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Robin L. Chappelle. Please find me. I have these same videos and these same clips on there on my IGTV now. I just started that yesterday. But I'm still going to be regularly posting on YouTube also, and I'm also going to start live videos on Instagram. So y'all, please always stay tuned and make sure that you keep striving, changing our momentum one crown at a time. And I will see you guys later. Thank you.